On November 8, 2016, Donald Trump shocked the world by defeating Hillary Clinton in one of the most surprising presidential elections in U.S. history. The moment he stepped onto the stage for his victory speech, history was made. In this video, I'll break down the key moments from Trump's historic 2016 victory speech and analyze its significance. When Trump took the stage on election night, many expected a fiery, combative speech, much like his campaign rallies. But what came next was surprisingly calm. Instead of attacking his opponents, Trump delivered a measured address, acknowledging the gravity of his victory and the support he had received. It's been a long night, and it's been a long campaign, but I have to say that we won this election, and it's a great honor, said Trump. His tone was unexpectedly gracious, a stark contrast to the rhetoric that had defined much of his campaign. This moment marked the first indication that Trump was now taking on the role of president-elect with a sense of responsibility. One of the key themes of Trump's speech was unity. Despite the divisiveness of the election, he emphasized the need to bring the country together. "We're going to do a great job, and I promise you that I will be president for all Americans, and this is a historic night," he declared. Trump's message of unity was crucial. He needed to reassure a divided nation that he would be a president for everyone. The speech hinted at a desire to move beyond the bitter political battles that had characterized the campaign. Trump took time to thank his family, campaign staff, and supporters. His children, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, and Tiffany, stood proudly by his side. The moment was symbolic, showcasing the family-centered nature of his political persona. "I want to thank my wife, Melania, and my children, my great children, for being with me," Trump said. Melania Trump, who had been a somewhat reserved figure throughout the campaign, joined her husband on stage to share in this historic moment. It was a clear indication of the central role his family would play in his presidency. As he continued his speech, Trump outlined his vision for America's future. He promised to bring back jobs, rebuild infrastructure, and restore America's place on the world stage. He also pledged to make government work for the people and promised that the voices of the American public would be heard. "We're going to rebuild our infrastructure, and we're going to make America strong again, and we're going to make America proud again," he promised. The themes of economic revitalization and restoring national pride became central to his presidency. His promise to make America great again resonated deeply with many voters who felt left behind by the political elite and globalism. Trump's victory was not just a political triumph, it was historic in several ways. He had defied all odds, coming from outside the political establishment to win the highest office in the land. He had defeated a former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, in a bitterly contested race that saw deep divides along racial, gender, and ideological lines. "I've won in a landslide. No one thought we could do this, but we did," Trump proclaimed. Trump's victory speech was a moment of defiance, a declaration that his unconventional outsider campaign had won, and in a way it was a rejection of the political establishment and a signal that change was coming to Washington. Trump also took a moment to acknowledge his opponent, Hillary Clinton, and thanked her for her service to the country. This was another surprising moment, as Trump's rhetoric during the campaign had been harshly critical of Clinton, even calling for her prosecution. "I also want to thank Secretary Clinton for her service to our country. She worked very long and hard," he noted. This brief show of respect for Clinton was an attempt to ease some of the tension and political animosity that had built up during the election. However, many analysts noted that this moment of civility would not last long, as tensions would flare up again throughout his presidency. Donald Trump's 2016 victory speech marked the beginning of an unpredictable presidency. His calm demeanor and message of unity were in stark contrast to the fiery rhetoric of his campaign. The speech encapsulated the triumph of his outsider campaign and set the stage for what would be a tumultuous 4 years in office. What did you think of Trump's victory speech? Was it a sign of his leadership to come, or simply a moment of political theater? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.